The morning begins with the soft rustle of leaves, the glimmer of sunlight across the water, and the promise of transformation in the garden. Every corner feels alive with potential today, new spaces to shape, new plants to nurture, and new visions waiting to come to life. This isn't just another day of maintenance, it's about reimagining familiar spaces into something even more beautiful, more functional, and more inspiring for the days ahead. Our first task sets the tone, laying down the lines for a patio behind the stream. It might sound simple, just paint on the earth, but it's so much more. These lines represent the future, a glimpse into how this space will soon evolve. Once the curve of a walkway takes shape, it changes how you see everything else. The chairs that once leaned casually in the shade now mark the beginning of something intentional, a gathering place designed with care, a stone patio where laughter and quiet moments alike will find a home. This is where we pause to notice what makes this spot special. The shade of the box elder tree, the shimmer of koi moving just beneath the water's surface, and the sound of children's footsteps skipping over the shallow edge of the pond. Every garden tells a story, and this story is still being written. Each new curve in the path, each stone placed, and each plant nestled into the soil adds another chapter. With the lines freshly painted, the future feels more vivid. The path gently winds, not in a straight rush, but in curves that invite you to linger, to slow down, to notice. By leaving space for plants alongside the walkway, it ensures the garden will continue to breathe with life, even as stone and structure are added. And though we're only painting today, the vision feels real. This will be a place to sit, to dream, and to be reminded of why gardens matter so much. Next comes the planting, and with it, the thrill of discovery. Today's collection of plants feels like opening a treasure chest. Some are familiar friends, but others, like the brand new Varieties, spark a sense of wonder. There's a new Helopsis called Touch of Blush, a plant that looks delicate with its creamy variegated leaves, yet holds the strength to thrive in full sun. Its blossoms carry just enough pink in the center to feel unexpected, a subtle surprise in the middle of summer's golds and greens. Nearby waits the obedient plant Rosea. Its tall spires promise soft, rosy blooms that reach for the sky. Some say it's a plant that misbehaves, spreading too freely. But here, in a drier climate, the conditions give it boundaries. Instead of worry, there's excitement to see how it will adapt, how it will find its place among companions without overwhelming them. In a way, it reflects what gardening is about, finding balance, letting each plant shine without taking away from the others. Then there's the red-hot poker, hot and cold. A plant that breaks rules of expectation with its fiery orange spikes cooled by creamy yellow tips. It's bold, dramatic, unapologetic. In many gardens, orange can feel overwhelming, but paired with subtle tones, it becomes the exclamation mark in a sentence of color. Planted along the lane near birch trees, it creates an orchestra of texture and height that shifts through the seasons, even after the blooms fade. Each planting feels like a conversation between the garden and its caretaker. The Calacanthus Aphrodite, with its glossy leaves and grape-scented flowers, brings not just beauty but memory. First seen in a distant cottage garden, admired for its lush foliage, it now finds a permanent home here. It's a reminder that gardens connect us not only to nature but to places and moments we've loved before. The grasses, like red chief miscanthus, bring movement and drama, their plumes catching the light and swaying in the breeze. They add something that flowers alone cannot: texture, rhythm, and the whisper of wind across seed heads in late summer. Even when flowers have faded, grasses hold the space, carrying beauty well into winter when little else remains. Plant by plant, corner by corner, the garden fills with new life. Each decision is guided not only by color or form, but by story, where shade falls, where children play, where a future path will lead. A plant isn't just chosen for its look, but for the way it changes the experience of moving through the space. The Helopsis brings sparkle to a dull patch. The obedient plant stakes its claim at the back of a border. The grass softens a corner where nothing else seemed to fit. And then, there are the unexpected moments. The discovery of grapes ripening along the vine, filling the air with sweetness as the sun climbs higher. The satisfaction of stepping back to see not just plants in soil, but a composition that already feels alive with energy. Even the act of mulching, a simple spread of clean soil, becomes transformative. What was once messy and uninviting now feels cared for, inviting, ready to host something new. Gardening is never about a single day's work. It's about the layering of effort, the slow unveiling of beauty that only becomes clear when you look back over weeks, months, and seasons. What begins as painted lines today will soon be stone walls tomorrow. What starts as a small cutting will one day shade the very spot where you're standing. And in the end, the joy isn't just in the finished picture, it's in the process, the journey, the hands in the soil, and the vision slowly becoming reality. By the end of the day, the transformation feels tangible. A walkway begins to take shape in the mind's eye. New shrubs and flowers stand proudly in their places. Fresh mulch breathes new life into the hillside. And the air, fragrant with grapes and summer blooms, seems to celebrate alongside the gardeners who made it all happen. This garden isn't finished, and that's the beauty of it. It's a living canvas, a place where new dreams will always take root. The patio will welcome countless conversations. The koi will continue to grow alongside the children who play at the water's edge. And the plants chosen today will weave themselves into the story of tomorrow, season after season, year after year. So when you look at a patch of earth, remember, it's never just soil. It's possibility. It's memory in the making. And every decision, no matter how small, shapes the beauty that will be discovered tomorrow.